Hey guys, welcome to an episode of the Vibe Podcast. My name is Arolo Ashingbar and I remain your host. I hope that you're good. Over the past couple of weeks, I've just stumbled on different materials, information about different great people, and it's always interesting why recurrently you hear the story of like success stories of people and they always start from like where they were. Like, for instance, let me use Cristiano Ronaldo. Or tiny boy in one small town in Portugal. Or Lionel Messi, small boy in a place in Argentina, leaving his home to Spain to play football, and it was small. And they just talk about a lot of the challenges, where they were, how they started, and it's a consistent form of storytelling that sort of shows that what is trying to establish is that if it was based on like where they were or how they started, they would never have done the amount of nobody would have predicted that they would have been this great. And I think that it's important in their story, obviously. Like it shows like how unconventional their story was, but I think it's also very inspirational to the third party. I just realized that in Ronaldo in Messi's story, what the content I saw that struck me like this was Matthias Cunha. He just signed for Manchester United, obviously. And he, in this interview, they ran him through the journey that took him to Manchester United. So he has played in like 5 different countries. Has played at different levels of the league. He has played in Switzerland. He has played in Germany. He has played in Spain. He has played in England. He has played in just in Brazil. So you can imagine how much. And where did he start from? Started from Brazil. He grew up in one of the beach towns of Brazil, and he went from there to different parts of the world, and now he's Manchester United. And in his story, the person that was interviewing him just kept on asking him questions about his journey and how he started. And the highlight of this, the emphasis of this, is just to show how truly powerful we are as individuals. So I know that a lot of people think of themselves as the main character of their life. So we think of ourselves as, some people think that, I'm the main character of this story, so everybody respects that I'm the main character. Some other people think, I'm the main character of the story, so you are lucky to know the main character of the story. And they put the expectation on the people that interact with them, people that meet them, to treat them like the main character. But the flaw with that is that everybody is a main character in their own movie, hypothetically. But one thing that can lead to like an inflated ego, or like just thinking that the world revolves around you. You are that main character. And typically when people refer to people as main character, like they have a main character syndrome, they feel like they are dramatic. However, it is actually very true that we are the main characters of our life. But I think the right perspective to have as a main character in your story is that you are the most powerful person in your story. Powerful meaning that you have the ability to make change happen. And I think this is very, very, very important if one is going to do great things. Like I had a couple speaking engagements over the past couple of weeks, and every time I just emphasize, it's just similar to what I say here in the Vibe Podcast. like know what you have, know what you can do, know what change you can create, know what you can do differently, know what it's really truly about you and nobody else in truth. Like it's about what you can do. Like even as a believer, it's about you believing in what Christ has done. And Christ in the faith context is the main character. But for Christ to be the main character, Christ had to do what he had to do, and only him could have done. And now we are in the place where we can make change happen by believing in what he has done. But we have to do something, we have to believe. But in the context of your life, we have to realize that we are the most powerful people in our own life. Like, life would not happen to you positively or negatively because of the things around you. And I think we've quickly adopted a narrative that life is happening to us and we are not happening to life. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people don't push through the barrier of challenges or push through the barrier of being born in Portugal, in a small town in Portugal. And we think, oh, why am I not born into a rich home? Do you get, oh, why am I not born into the main towns of Portugal? Do you get, oh, why am I not? And we constantly just look at the things we do not have. And it's a new week, so it's a fantastic time to really start the week with a new perspective and just remind yourself that you are the most powerful character in your story. Athletes are fantastic examples to just describe the sheer ability to change your own life. And one of the major reasons why is because, like, the reason why an athlete can be an athlete is because the athlete not just naturally possesses some skills, but is able to work himself to the top 1 or 0.5% of people in a particular field or sport. Like, a lot of times people forget that, like the Premier League, for instance, before you can, so FIFA estimates that there are 250 million people that play football actively or professionally. And for you to become like a Premier League footballer, you have to potentially rise to the 0.02% of people that play football in the world. So for someone to go from Portugal to become one of the best footballers in the world is literally, because Portugal is not a main city in the football history. Do you get? Argentina is more of a massive, do you get? But like, just think about it. And that's what Ronaldo did. Now for Cunha played in different countries, and that doesn't really help his odds because in those countries he played at different levels, lower tiers, like just a different variation of realities. But that is where these guys come from, and when they now land like $10 million per year or whatever it is, that is a feat that they've journeyed through because they did. Very important. I watched another video that explained how I've forgotten his name. I think he's a pastor or a speaker. I can't remember exactly, but I shared it on my Instagram, and he said that he went to get something from, I think, a restaurant, and the person that was going to get the things from the service delivery guy was trying to get him angry and piss him off, and instead of getting angry, he gave him a tip. And after I gave the guy a tip, the guy started behaving right, to get, despite his poor performance. And he said that, the reason why he did that, even though the guy was expecting otherwise, was because he realized that he has the power to just do right or do good despite the obvious situation demanding him to replicate the same energy. And like, it's the same thing with our context. Like, I don't know what background we are from. I don't know what we are, like what society expects of us. But I know that in some context, in some form, maybe you're born into larger picture. You're born in Nigeria. You get, or you are born in a family that is not really wealthy, or you're born into like a family that's not really wealthy, like Cristiano Ronaldo or like Messi, or just name it, anybody, or just or you, whatever life has thrown at you. I think it's very important to constantly focus on what you actually have and use every instance, every context, every situation, every every opportunity to fuel something good about what can happen. Like consistently focus on what you have, what you can make of what you have, rather than what you don't have. Because at the end of the day, truly, it's really about what you have. What you don't have is not a multiplier. It won't change your life. It would make you pity yourself, make you feel sad. But you are powerful enough to change whatever your reality is. Not because you're in the right country, not because you are around the right people, not because somebody's really around you just saying, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. No. But because you can demand of yourself, you can create that change, you can make that difference. And it's very important because you can be your own catalyst. You are powerful and you are big enough. You have enough authority to do that. And I like this song that's currently very trendy. Like, I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. Gives Baba is the wave of an artist. I deeply respect him. And you can see from like the way his songs are, but like the way his career has gone. But like that aside, just like that song, I have decided, and no turning back for me. Like never, I will never go back. It speaks about you and how you have decided, and I love it so much because it's power to you. It's establishing that you can, and I really wanted to go into this new week believing and knowing that you can. Truly, you can. You are that powerful. You are that powerful to rise above all the circumstances and all the situations that be. That, like, whatever it might be, no matter how difficult, you actually can rise above it. And you need to just believe and know that you are enabled in Christ. And you have the power because you're the most powerful, literally the most powerful character in your story. And you're the real deal. You're the real deal. You're the real deal. So this is what this episode was about. Just to remind you that because a lot of times life can happen to us, but like we own our lives also, and we can happen to life. But we have to take the bulls by the horn and know that like we can make things happen. And when I think back to like I had one particular speaking engagement where I just ran through my life story and building Recruit and everything like that. And while speaking there, I just realized that, wow, like it all stems from just believing that you can. Obviously, God enables you, but you must believe. So, by the end of this episode, I need to ask yourself, do you believe that you are powerful? Do you believe that you can? And if you believe you can, why don't you? It takes courage, but it's as simple as that. Not because it will be easy, by the way, but because we'll get it done. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the White Podcast. I remain your host, Aurelio Barry, And I hope this episode blesses you. If it does, do share with someone so that somebody also can know that they can. And also, you are the main character. You can share this episode. You literally can. But yeah, have a good night rest. Take care, guys. Cheers.